Hi everyone, I hope you all have an amazing day. In this video, I'm going to talk about what happens when you live your life from your ego perspective. Recently, I had a client, and when we had an intake session, I usually have an intake session that lasts for an hour or two, depends on the client, before the actual hypnosis session. That way I can get to know my client. We can talk about what's bothering my client. My client can just tell me a little bit about her life, and we can figure out what questions to ask. I ask clients to provide me with all of their medical history and with the questions that they want me to ask. And we talk about their life. It can go very, very deep. I always ask them what's going on in their life, what was going on when they were younger. I always ask them to go back and tell me their whole life story, because it is very important. When my client is under hypnosis, I talk to my client's soul, and I need to know as much as possible about my client. So let me go back to that client. At the beginning of our intake session, I was trying to explain it to her what her ego is. And I noticed that for some of my clients, I don't think they fully understand what their ego is. And they don't fully recognize that they are using their logic more than their higher self or their soul when it comes to making decisions in life. I had clients that unfortunately don't hear their higher self anymore because they're so deep into their logic. They're all about the facts. Like, they always looking for like a logical thing, which is okay to a certain extent, but you have to like have a good balance. Like everything in life, if it becomes too excessive, it doesn't lead to a good quality of life. So in this video, I'm going to show you what's going on with people that are so deep into their logic, so deep into their ego, so deep into those programs that they picked it up from this society that we are living in, and what is going on with them energetically. So if you're interested, please keep watching. So let me start with something. Your ego is your logic. Your ego is your left brain. Your ego is your frame. So this is the picture of the frame. Your frame is a human. Your frame should never be bigger than your substance. This is your soul when it gets integrated in your body. It is happening when you are born. Your soul goes in your body immediately. That's why some kids scream right away the minute they're born. Or sometimes it takes a minute or two for them to start screaming because their soul is fully integrating into the body. That is why people love babies. They cannot fully explain. I know they look cute, and a lot of people are going to be like, oh, wow, babies, they look cute. But it's also because they're full of light and full of love and full of God's light. This is what's going on when you are younger. Your soul is fully integrated with your body, and you're full of light and hope. You don't know about life as much. That is why people love kids. They're full of life. They're full of light. When you are still young, your logic is still forming, but you slowly starting to push your higher self, your soul, your energy source down, just because this society tells you what to do and how to live your life. So you start to believe them. You programming yourself to believe what other people tell you. As you get older and you start learning about life, your logic is beginning to form. And you start listening to your logic. So you're pushing your higher self, which is your soul, your source, down. Some traumas and negative experiences start happening to you throughout your life, and you start to believe more and more that the logical way, the way how you think, is the only right way. Your ego is slowly starting to take you over. You stop paying attention to your emotions. You're starting to actually pushing down your emotions because they're not logical. Therefore, they're not valid. You watch the news, you talk to your neighbors, you talk to your friends. They keep on telling you how bad things are, how life is hard, how everyone is miserable. And you keep believing in that. And your ego is programming you to believe in that. Ego is slowly pushing your higher self down and down because you don't listen to it. You believe what others say. Your frame is becoming more important than your substance. The more you believe your negative experiences and people that surround you and tell you negative things, the more you watch TV, the more you listen to the radio, the more you keep on listening to negative things and grasping on, the more you believe that life is bad, everyone is bad, and your ego is slowly eating you down. There is no magic left for you. There's very little that you feel every day. And some people at this point, they so detached with their soul, then they start to create everything to be a negative experience. Every experience becomes negative. They create the tremendous negative energy around them. At this point, your ego is in the full control of your life. You no longer hear your higher self. You no longer connect with your soul. You just believe what your ego is telling you. Your ego is programmed to be negative. Therefore, everyone is negative. Therefore, everything is negative. Nothing good can happen. And it's just a misery to live on this planet. You are so logical and you're always looking for the facts and things to prove to yourself that life is no good anymore. You creating negative energy around you. You stuck with things that you hate and you're okay with that. You keep on telling yourself because everyone does that. That's okay and that's what I'm supposed to do. You deeply unhappy. You deeply unsatisfied with your life. You're very unhappy, very miserable, and you keep creating the negative experiences because what you believe in, that's what you become. At this point, your ego is fully in control of you. You're unsatisfied, unhappy, miserable. You're unhappy with people around you. You're unhappy with any experiences. You're just very miserable and you keep creating negative experiences for yourself. because everything that you feel is internal is translating into external things. Therefore, even if you go grocery shopping and for some reason you're not able to find salad or something, you just can't let it go. You just this is makes your day. You completely unhappy. You just feel like this is it. This is the end of the life. Usually at this stage, people are very, very, very depressed. They're very depressed and they don't want to live anymore. They have no will to live. They don't see any good. A lot of times when ego is fully in control of your life, a lot of bad things keep on happening, like your health is going downhill. You start losing certain things in your life. At this point, everything is just getting black, like dark. Everything is bad. You see world as bad. And the problem is that you allow your logic, you allow your ego to control your life because you're no longer listening to your higher self, because it's not even there anymore. It doesn't even speak to you because you push it so down there. It doesn't even communicate to you anymore. And at this point, you don't believe that things keep on happening for you. You believe everything happens to punish you. The reason why it's all happening to you is because what you believe is what you become. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. What you believe in is what you become. And if you believe in negative things in life are going to happen. If you believe in positive things, they're going to be positive. I know it sounds cheesy, but this is the reality. And the thing is, people that have their soul, higher self, overall soul is pushed down so far, they're not able to see the light. People always gravitate towards people that have the most light within themselves. They are the most connected, the most pure, the most beautiful people. It's not because they are physically beautiful. It is because people, not even knowing that, gravitate towards the light. Think about kids or pets. Yes, pets do have souls. All animals have souls, by the way. But think about them. Every time you think about them, you feel very light, you feel love, you feel like unconditional light within yourself, even not knowing that. If you find yourself in a position when you no longer can see the light, you're feeling very miserable, you feel like you're stuck, I would strongly recommend you to do hypnosis. Believe me, it's going to change your life for good. Your life is going to get better. I promise. I do. So I hope this video was really helpful for you. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. Also subscribe. I appreciate all of you. And I hope you have an amazing day. And until next time.